Davis with me right now, one of the best fighters on the planet Earth. Tank, good to see you. Why this fight?
There's history in that. There's two guys that's trying to be great. It's cool to, get us both in the ring and share the ring together on a pro level.
It's time to show him what the level is. I don't think he realized what the level is, so I think we show him. A lot of people say I can't crack, but you get in there with these 8-ounce gloves and let me punch you, you wouldn't want to just walk through the shit.
Like, take the big brother from the little brother, but they both even, because again, that's showing the respect of the level before and then after, so it's a good thing.
Just as Tank Davis is eager to make a statement with his comeback, Greg Hackett expects Tank to hurt whoever faces him, whether it's Shakur Stevenson or someone else in the division. Hackett believes
he's happy Tank coming back. Tank's excited. All the guys are excited though. Tank is always a big question mark when Tank get in the ring. Somebody about to get knocked.
that Davis's power and timing are at a level where he can seriously damage any opponent who steps in front of him. This expectation adds significant pressure to whoever eventually signs to face him. Moreover,
yeah, both. I mean, look, they're both tremendous fighters. Style-wise, that's really not for me the one. And I don't see those guys taking a fight like that, because I think Shakur knows that Devin's a very good fighter, and Shakur does always want to change himself. Haney knows Shakur is very tricky and hard to beat. I just don't see that fight coming off. I don't know. But
Eddie Hearn views Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson as elite fighters, but remains uncertain about the matchup becoming a reality due to the complexities involved. He believes both fully understand the technical difficulty and risk that come with facing an opponent of that caliber, which makes negotiations more challenging.
Shakur Stevenson is a very good fighter, but you got to learn, and I would hope he will pay attention to this, because it's going to mean a lot for him. I mean, his feet are good, but sometimes they take him too far out of range to be able to come back and count. The last guy he fought, the guy was a good puncher, so when he was jumping back, he jumped too far back out of range to where he couldn't come back and get something right away. You know what I'm saying? And for the fans, it starts to look bored.
That's how I say. I feel like he was running.
He really ain't running. He just don't understand that this is something that teach him. And I would teach him if they ever brought him to teach him.
Acknowledges that both men are aware of what is at stake in such a high-level contest, but continuing the debate, Roy Jones Jr. praises Stevenson's footwork and defensive ability, but believes he still needs to refine how he controls distance during exchanges to maximize his effectiveness.
Devin Haney,
he's got to work back on his power. I trained him back in the day when he was 16.
Yeah.
So he got a lot of tools, but he got to sharpen his power a little bit if he's going to stay in boxing.
He's not a threat no more.
He's not in power. You got to have that power. You don't have that man power. He's only 24. But I really kind of want to get him back. I told one of my guys, when he come out of training camp, bring him with him, because I want to get his power back sharp like he used to.
He argues Stevenson sometimes moves too far out of range to counter effectively, which can reduce offensive opportunities and affect how fans interpret his style. Jones suggests that staying within counter range more consistently would make Stevenson even more dangerous. At the same time, Roy argues Devin Haney still possesses the skill set to compete with elite fighters, but needs to rebuild the sharpness and impact behind his offense to regain his previous form. Having worked,
I like Devin, but I'm Shakur my man, so I gotta go. I don't see nobody being Shakur. Honestly, nobody being. He can have all the power he wants, but if you can't hit him, you can't hurt him. You can't hurt what you can't hit, and you can't hit Shakur. And Shorty's smart, and then he's learning how to just stay in the pocket now. That's even gonna make it more dangerous for other people. Now he can stay there, catch a shot, and come back.
Worked with Haney earlier in his career, Jones feels that further physical development and refined punching mechanics could restore a more dangerous edge to his style. Jones believes Haney has the tools but needs to put them together more effectively. Furthermore, Winky right backs Stevenson over Devin Haney and believes Stevenson's defensive control makes him one of the toughest fighters in boxing to deal with. He argues Stevenson's growing comfort fighting at close range adds another layer to his style, making him even more dangerous against elite opponents who try to pressure him. Wright sees Stevenson's evolution as a key factor in his potential success. However,
Devin Haney got skills. Devin Haney just got to stay focused. He stay focused in the fight. It's going to be hard for anybody to beat him. But, Devin Haney, the biggest fight for Devin Haney, I think, that be a Shakur Stevenson. And only because both of them fighters are great technicians, both of them skillful, and that's a fight that you will really see two technicians on that, and both of them bad men.
Winky Wright believes Devin Haney is at his best when he remains mentally sharp and composed throughout a fight, avoiding the mistakes that have plagued him in the past. He views a matchup with Stevenson as a high-level chess battle between two elite boxers whose precision and decision-making separate them from most of the division. Wright expects
shouldn't be at 144 because I look at it like two fighters that's supposed to be at an elite level in their prime. I don't want either one of them diminished. I don't think going up 4 pounds or 3 pounds for Shakur diminishes him, but you're asking for the catch weight because you're trying to diminish Haney. You know what I'm saying? He's already adjusted to being 47. So I don't like catch weights at that level of the game because of who they both are.
It's a tactical war if these two ever meet. Okoye rejects the idea of Stevenson facing Devin Haney at a catch weight, believing elite fighters in their prime should compete without limitations that could affect performance. He argues Devin has already adjusted to his current division, making the proposed terms feel unnecessary at that level of competition. Okoye believes the fight should be made at the full weight to ensure fairness.
But Shakur's a hard match for anybody. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's a tough call for anybody out there right now. I'm not gonna tell you that I think he's gonna beat Shakur, because like I even say, I heard since about to make a thing say that I said that Tank will beat Shakur. I said Tank will beat him. I said Tank got the best chance. So I didn't say nobody will beat him, but Tank will be one, in my opinion, that had the best chance.
However, Jones added that despite Stevenson's difficulty, Gervonta Davis still has a strong chance of beating him given his power and fight-changing ability. Jones acknowledges that one punch from Davis can alter the course of any fight, regardless of how well Stevenson is performing. This unpredictability is what makes Davis such a dangerous opponent. Meanwhile, Stephen A. S. Smith, who usually backs Stevenson, praised Tank, setting aside his outside-the-ring issues.
This is one of the top 5 fighters on the planet. He might be top 3. You can make a legitimate argument for him being 3, 1, or whatever.
Davis still firmly belongs among boxing's elite fighters and should not be counted out based on personal struggles. Smith's endorsement of Davis carries weight given his prominence in sportsmedia.to support his view. Smith pointed to Tank's past performances, emphasizing that one bad night doesn't define a boxer's entire career.
He can punch, he's a knockout artist. He can box, he's not given enough credit for it, okay? He closes, he finishes. Once he smells blood, he's like a shark in blood-infested waters, Molly. He will finish you.
Okay. Why he remains the one who could seriously test Stevenson if they meet in the ring, citing Davis's proven ability to rise to the occasion. Smith believes Davis's championship experience would be a major factor. However, Terrence Crawford questioned those backing Gervonta Davis, asking how he could defeat Shakur Stevenson, referencing Davis's recent fight against Lamont Roach. Crawford expressed strong doubt that Davis would overcome Stevenson's skill set, suggesting that Stevenson's technical superiority would be too much. Crawford's
respected in boxing, but Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch, but they say the same thing about Floyd because they defensive fighters. Yeah. Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur like he hit everybody else, and he know that.
Perspective adds significant weight to the debate. From another perspective, Bill Haney rejects the idea of Haney facing Stevenson below welterweight, arguing that a catchweight would diminish the meaning of the fight. He believes Devin should compete at the full 147-pound limit to ensure the victory carries complete credibility and value. Bill wants the fight to be meaningful regardless of the outcome. Moreover, Bill respects Stevenson's talent and views a potential fight with Devin as a high-level test between two elite technicians.
So if it's at a catch weight, if it's at a catch weight 144, then it wouldn't be for the belt?
No, nor to me would it represent what a truly a 5-division, potential 5-division champ, and Shakur would make him Devin, the youngest undisputed champion, 3-division title holder, you know what I mean, and somebody that's, you know what I mean, hard to deal with. So I think that it's a great fight at 147 pounds when they're ready to go. You know, at 147 pounds if that's what they want to do. But we're not going down no more pounds.
He believes both fighters would push each other into another level, revealing skills that may not fully appear against other opponents. Bill sees this as a fight that could define both men's careers. Analyzing the matchup, Timothy Bradley questions how much credit Stevenson would receive for beating Devin at a catchweight below welterweight.
Stevenson, what's your thoughts when you hear that name and it come to fighting Devin Haney?
Super talented, a great opportunity for Devin to show how skilled, you know what I mean, he is. It's levels of it, you know what I mean? And the thing about Shakur is both of them need each other to bring out the levels just really there.
He believes critics would immediately point to Haney's size disadvantage, potentially weakening the impact of the victory in the eyes of boxing fans and analysts. Bradley suggests that the context of the win would be heavily scrutinized. Carl Frock.
Say Shakur beats him, let's say that Haney didn't look good. You think Shakur gonna get the credit? No. He don't get the credit. You weight drain. Just like Tank did with Ryan Garcia, there's an asterisk right next to that. Oh, you weight drain. Well, he signed on the dotted line. Oh, you weight drain.
Hesitated to choose a winner, praising Tank's abilities but refraining from backing him outright, recognizing Stevenson as a highly skilled and difficult opponent to overcome. Frock acknowledged that both fighters possess significant strengths and that the outcome would depend on execution on fight night. His reluctance to pick a winner reflects the uncertainty surrounding the matchup.
Davis, big puncher, really exciting. He was looked after by Floyd Mayweather then. I don't know if he still is now, but he's got that kind of confidence, arrogance about him. And that, for me, is a 50-50 fight that could go either way. They both punch hard, they're both quick.
Jeff Mayweather also believed the result can only be determined in the ring, stating that the matchup looks evenly balanced on paper with fight night performance deciding the ultimate winner. He emphasized that styles make fights and that both men have the tools to win. Mayweather's perspective highlights the competitive nature of the potential bout.
This is a great matchup, and I think that, to be honest, either guy can win. I think this is one of the fights where I do believe that it's 50-50. And I think that it's hard to really say about what one's going to do and what the other's going to do, but I think that it's going to be a great fight for the fan.
Most notably, Andre Ward foresaw a punishing night for both men, warning that if this fight gets made, neither fighter walks away unscathed, and the chances of it going the distance are slim. Ward expects a brutal contest that will test the resolve of both fighters. His prediction adds a layer of intensity to the discussion. Furthermore,
up to that point that shows me the IQ, so I think Tank's gonna find a way. I think he's supposed to figure this out, but I don't think it's gonna be easy though. I think he's gonna have to go through some fire. I wouldn't be surprised if he had to get off the canvas. I wouldn't be surprised if he had to overcome being hurt. I think both guys are gonna be hurt in this fight, and I don't think.
Breadman Edwards also expressed strong confidence that Shakur would win, explaining that at their current career stages, Stevenson clearly holds key technical and strategic advantages over Gervonta Davis. Edwards believes Stevenson's defensive mastery and ring IQ would be the deciding factors. His confidence in Stevenson is unwavering. Rolly Romero also reminded Davis of Stevenson's greatness, noting that becoming a complete fighter is rare. Yet, Shakur comes closest, possessing a well-rounded skill set that makes him exceptionally difficult to beat.
More rangy, and he's going to be riding high, and he's probably got better single shot power than T.O. A little taller, but I'll pick Shakur to win if they fight. You know what I mean? If they fight, who knows? I mean, the internet can say anything, but if they do decide to fight, and they're where they're at right now, I will pick Shakur.
Romero's comments underscore the respect Stevenson commands among his peers. Furthermore, beyond these opinions, Gervonta Davis is already deep into preparations for his highly anticipated return to the ring. Even though no official opponent has been finalized yet, whether it ends up being Shakur Stevenson or another top contender, Tank is focused on making a statement. In his view, a win is what matters most, regardless of who stands across the ring. With that mind,
Shakur's an incredible boxer. But you're an incredible boxer. You're not a puncher, you know, but you're still an incredible boxer. So not everyone gets to punch hard. Not everyone gets this. Not everyone gets superhuman reflexes. Not everyone's super agile. Not everyone gets like a granite chin. Not you know, you got to do with what you got.
He has embraced an intense training regimen aimed at dismantling whoever comes next. Further fueling his motivation is the wave of criticism that followed his recent outing, particularly after his fight got cancelled with Jake Paul. Since then, Davis has faced sharp scrutiny, with some critics even questioning whether he still belongs at the highest level. Rather than shy away, he has internalized those doubts, using them as fuel. Every session in the gym reflects a determination to silence critics and reassert his dominance. From the outset of camp, Gervonta has prioritized sharpening his strongest attributes: explosiveness, timing, and knockout power. For the criticism, he was widely praised for his peak performances. And now his goal is to remind the boxing world of that same destructive force that once made him one of the most feared fighters in the sport. Moreover, observers have noted a clear shift in his mindset, with time away from the sport appearing to have intensified his hunger. His current approach reflects a renewed sense of purpose and determination. Nearly a year removed from action, Davis is pushing himself through grueling workouts that surpass his previous camps. Many close to the situation believe this could be the best version of him yet, shaped by discipline and focus. Furthermore, Jaron Ennis dismissed criticism toward Davis after the draw, explaining that assumptions about Roach being an easy opponent were misguided. Ennis praised Tank's overall performance as entertaining and complete, while adding he still edged the fight despite the official result. Ennis's comments showed support for Davis's abilities.
Do you think Tank gets a lot of criticism for not knocking Lamont out and Lamont not being a big name, so they overblow it?
I think so, yeah, and I feel like people just don't like Tank to a point where any little thing, just because he ain't knock him out, he probably feel as though that he lost, and he didn't, or it was a draw, you know. I feel like Tank was doing a lot of smart things in the beginning, moving a little bit too much, but I feel like he was still like frustrating and things like that. And I think Tank did a good job. Like, he looked sharp to me. And I don't know, people just be talking. You know, at the end of the day, you can't please everybody.
However, Ariel Helwani strongly believed Roach was robbed, applauding his performance and criticizing the judges. He highlighted key moments where Roach should have been awarded points, arguing those rounds could have secured him victory, and concluded that scoring must be more accurate to properly recognize both fighters' efforts. Helwani's criticism of the scoring added to the post-fight controversy, and now as we wrap up, we want to hear from you.
114, 113, and all of a sudden that middle one is a 113, 114. But all of a sudden now you're going to from a majority draw to a split decision win for Lamont Roach. He was robbed. The knee hitting the canvas should be a knockdown. The face getting wiped should be a DQ. They didn't use replay apparently, and we're going to talk to...
will come true if Gervonta Davis faces Shakur Stevenson. Do you side with skill and precision or power and explosiveness? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, because your opinion truly matters to us. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more boxing content. Your support keeps us going. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more exciting updates.